Hey everybody, it's your boy Bricktop. Not the guy from Snatch though. He's pretty evil, not gonna lie. I hope you've been having a good Monday so far, and if you haven't, well, I do hope that I can at least make it a little bit better. You know, anything that can help make the day go a little bit smoother. Of course, welcome back to Fireside Bricky, episode 3, technically, of this variant of it that is now in the second channel. Though keeping it going every Monday sounds like it'll be fun, and I hope to keep this up for as long as I can. It's a fun series to chat, get some food, get some drink. I don't know how long we'll be here. These things tend to range between 20 minutes to 50 minutes, so you really never know exactly how long these will go. Sometimes it just depends on how much I need to talk, or how much I have to talk about, which is always always something a bit more important. Anywho. Along with that, on the side note, in the background, you've got yourself a little bit of Destiny gameplay. Again, I do the blind well. No, that's the activity, the Ascension, whatever it's called. I'm not very good at it, and I don't really know how it works fully quite yet, so apologize. I apologize if I am dumb and I do dumb things, and you're like, oh my god, Bricky, you goddamn blueberry. That's okay. I understand. I'm aware of my shortcomings. And so I apologize for that situation. But, you know, at the same time, that sucks. But here I am. And that's what I am. I am a Titan. If they didn't want me to eat crayons, they wouldn't have made them in 42 delicious colors. Or 120 something colors. There's a lot of crayons out there, man. There's a lot of crayons out there. There's a remarkably large amount of crayon flavors. As far as you boys been going, you know, it was going okay for a bit. I think, well, okay is a little bit iffy in terms of actually how it's described. I think that it's weird. Being forced to move out earlier than I expected is doing both a combination of making it better and worse for my mental health. On the one hand, it takes my mind off of a lot of difficult things, and on the other hand, it puts my mind on some other difficult things. I'm definitely on the path of burnout. It sure feels like it. You know, they always say take a break and stuff, but I literally can't at the current moment. I think I'll be able to finally rest at the start of October, which is nice. And if not the start of October, then well, yeah, at the start of October, I'll be able to rest for a little bit, or at least lower the amount of streaming I've been doing, because I've been streaming a lot lately, in order to make up for some time and money in the whole interim. So it's a little bit back and forth. Yesterday, that being Sunday, I decided to clean up the house a bit, mainly for, you know, when you kind of live in a place for a while, you accumulate stuff in closets and in crawl spaces, or I don't know, you put stuff in places, right? And because of that, I accumulated quite a lot of random bull crap over the last couple of years. So I've spent the last, I don't know, about 4 or 5 hours yesterday, basically either throwing a lot of it away, or instead making sure that it is, knowing what I'm going to keep and what I'm not going to keep. And it was quite the effort. There was a lot. I'm going to have my buddies assist me with moving for a little bit, probably. And when that happens, I have a whole table of stuff that they can like buy or grab or whatever. Just things I don't need anymore, you know. Give it to your old friends. Give them pizza, all that kind of stuff. It'll be enjoyable. But yeah, it's that was interesting. That took a little bit more out of me than I expected. When you're going through like those drawers in your kitchen, especially the one near the garage, and it's just never ending crap in there. It's just stuff after stuff after stuff, and you really don't know what to do about it. It can be a lot. It can be a lot. This is a lot more than I expected. The kitchen alone took me God knows how long. That being said, I didn't really, you know, I'm not gonna pack. Some people pack up their dishes and stuff first when they move, and I don't know why they do that. They literally pack up their actual dishes first before they move. Like, you need those. You need dishes in order to you need food. Like, oh, I don't know. That bugged me. I think my dad did that one year, and And I was very disappointed. I'm like, oh my god, now I can't eat anything, and I'm angry and sad because all of our dishes are literally gone, and it's silliness. As far as other stuff, what else has been going on? As I know we're moving into October soon, which is nice. Halloween spirit is coming up. You know, everyone loves October. It's a lot of people's favorite month. Probably my favorite month too. It's a good month. You know, it's a very good month. And I like to dress up and do the Halloween stuff, but also in particular, giving out candy and things. I don't know why, but there's something that feels kind of humbling about it. Brings everyone together, you know, and especially in a world where things are very, very bad and everyone's very separate, it kind of feels nice to have an excuse to go out and see people and hang out. It's really nice. I like that a lot. But it can be a little stressful in a weird way. The holidays are stressful. You know, there's supposed to be times to relax, but you know, you spend so much time getting ready for the holidays so you can relax on a day or two. It can be really stressful. You know, you want to get the house all decorated and that kind of stuff. I just didn't think about that. I'm not going to be able to get the house decorated, or at least I probably won't be getting the house decorated because I'm going to be moving out. Shit, I didn't think about that at all. God damn. Well, that sucks. I really wanted to decorate the house. I like decorating the house for Halloween. That's a good time. I'm not as big on the Christmas decorations as other people are, but I want to decorate the house for Halloween. God damn it. This is a travesty. I am upset. I wanted a spooky, scary house. Just gonna add that to the list of things that I need to do but can't do. Add that to the list of of things that would have taken me a ton of time anyway and added even more stress that I can't do. So, you know, maybe it's actually a blessing in disguise that I don't need to decorate an entire house for Halloween. I haven't done actually major dress up stuff or costumes in quite a while. I know some people get really, really big into their Halloween costumes, but I haven't gotten into that myself in quite some time. Maybe just because I'm getting older. But even then, there are people who get really, really into it. You know, the Not Scary Farm, it's something that I particularly think about when it comes down to people who get really heavy in their dressing up outfits. It's pretty cool. They can do some pretty dope stuff. I won't lie. I wonder what I could do in this current situation. If there's anything that I could end up, because I'm positive I'm going to be going to like a little Halloween party with some of my buddies, because we always throw one every year. Well, with the exception of last year, because you know, COVID and everything. But you know, we're all vaxxed up and feel comfortable with doing one this year. And as far as party wise goes, I really don't, because a lot of them do dress up as characters, but I need to figure out something that I should do. I can't think of anything in particular that isn't a little bit dumb. But then again, at the same time, I like when things are dumb. So, shit. Now I'm not 100% sure. I'll figure something out. I'm sure I'll figure something out. Someone actually asked me a bit ago if I had any favorite fall activities / traditions, besides the obvious one that includes good old, you know, Halloween stuff. It's kind of weird. Down here in California, we basically only have 2 seasons, spring and summer. We don't really have a fall and barely have a winter, just due to the temperature, because where I live, it doesn't snow. Like it literally never snows. I don't think I've seen snow here in 20 years or my life. And a lot of people say, oh, it doesn't snow here. It means that it snows only a little. Like, no, it literally does not snow here. And when it's in December, you know, the temperature in California is rather temperate very, very often. So the fluctuation in temperature is very low. Crazy how much just the way the Earth is, how much of a difference in weather it can provide. But with all that, it's definitely feels like the holiday. It's still there, but it's certainly a lot less vibrant, I guess might be the term. It's got a lot less pizzazz than it would if you had like a total winter wonderland type thing out somewhere a little bit higher up, or maybe up a little bit more north. Though at the same time, I also don't need to spend a ton of money on things to shovel snow and ice. A lot of people talk about how they love snow, but I think people like snow only in short bursts. I don't know very many people who live out in places where it snows a lot that really enjoy snow and like snow when it's been snowing for days and weeks and months at a time. Then it becomes more of a nuisance than anything, which I totally get. Because even when I was spending some time up in, I think it was Boston, and it was snowing a hell of a lot in Boston, even then I was there for 4 days, like, okay, a little sick of this shit now. Little tired of the snow. I'm slipping a lot, and it's very cold, and all the cars the traffic is bad. I don't like this anymore. It's kind of how I felt when the snow was going. It snowed in New York when I was out there too. A lot of people have this idea that the snow is some kind of like sheet that's like nice and blanketed over the area. That's like the first hour, but then in New York it just decides to pile itself on all the trash and smells like shit. Sorry, New York, your place smells like shit. Well, at least Manhattan does. I don't know about the rest of the state, but sure as shit Manhattan does. But then again, New York is certainly it's one of those places that I think people should visit, but I don't think I could ever live there. It's too much. It's too much. It's got charm, but it's too much. No, unlike Boston, I like my Boston. I totally just skip past the whole concept of fall activity and traditions. Halloween's approaching. Wink, wink. But I don't think there is really anything. I mean, we do Thanksgiving, of course. Me and my family do Thanksgiving. We invite all of our relatives, and they all come by, and we have a big old Thanksgiving meal, and that's super fun and enjoyable, and I have a blast with that. But I really don't. I really can't think of any traditions. I mean, we're pretty standard American family. We invite all of the relatives over. We get a big old Thanksgiving meal. We have turkey and stuffing and sweet potatoes and mashed potatoes and ham and gravy and all that kind of stuff. It's a big old meal. And then we pumpkin pie and sleep. Like it's really pretty standard. As in Halloween, like I already mentioned, party and everything like that, I'm about as American as it comes when it goes along with those kinds of traditions. Same thing with Christmas, the Christmas tree, and I don't know. We don't really anything different when it comes to this type of stuff. I can't tell to what extent, traditions outside of America, whether you're in Latin America or Europe, Asia, etc. There's the traditions. I'm not very familiar with lots of them. I've been liking some of the comments I've been seeing on these Fireside Bricky episodes. So if you want to talk about if you celebrate certain traditions, because I know Thanksgiving is more of an American holiday, but I don't know, people tend to, there's like a little bit of osmosis. I don't know if you have your own little, like, hey, it may be American Thanksgiving right now, so we'll do something kind of small. We'll eat a big meal today. If it kind of makes its way across the ocean at all, and you have your own little ideas, or if it's just strictly an American thing. I am not looking forward to the goddamn internet problems that always come with Thanksgiving, though. Like, yeah, I'm aware of the moral ambiguity of Thanksgiving. I was in history class, I grew up with history. I had it as a class I needed to take, but dog, I really do not give a shit. That's not what it is anymore. So, you know what? I'm happy with what it is now. Now, Columbus Day, that's a little different, but they always have to deal with that. It's like, oh, hey, happy Murder the Native Americans Day, and I'm like, oh my good fucking God. I don't need a whole bunch of self-righteous college students telling me how to spend my November. All right? I'm going to eat a bunch of turkey and I'm going to like it. I feel like you could use the word self-righteous college students pretty commonly now. There's a lot of emphasis in that one. There's a lot you could say, there's a lot you could attach to that. Probably because there's a lot of self-righteous college students, which is ironic because they always have like this massive amount of guilt in their chest as well. They're weird. They're very, very weird. It's weird to be self-righteous while simultaneously guilty. Though at the same time, am I really going to take the opinions of the internet very seriously? No. No, I am not. It keeps on getting worse as far as I'm concerned. Just the amount of havens for decent places to be is getting shorter and shorter. For a while, I actually thought Instagram wasn't that terrible. Instagram was easy enough. You didn't have to read the comments. The comments weren't automatically there. And at least you had to kind of go your way to do it. And the recommended content wasn't terrible. But now that I spent a little bit more time on that platform, I have changed my mind. There is some really, really bad, extraordinarily cringe-inducing content there. Almost all of it involves guys hitting on girls, and it's always just the worst. It makes my skin crawl. But then again, I guess that's not much better than, or not much worse than the TikTok stuff, because the TikTok media is equally awful. It's basically the same thing, it's just the next big platform. I was like, okay, well then TikTok and Instagram are out. How about Twitter? Fuck that. That place is probably the worst out of all of them, because it's a lot of people thinking that their opinions have validation. Reddit? No thank you. Discord? Workable? I have my own Discord, and that is mostly fine. I have not been told of any mods calling people kittens, so thank God for that. At least I picked some decent ones. Besides that, I can't think of any. I don't think my Discord's too bad. I mean, it's stupid. Don't get me wrong. My Discord is extremely dumb. That being said, that's like just because they're my fans, and naturally, they are. Naturally, they take after me. So there's some enjoyment I get out of this Discord, though. The weekly Discord channel is pretty good. We literally have a weekly channel that alternates every single week, and it's just whatever I feel like doing. This week I think is Pepe the Frog. And it's just like, hey, post some Pepe. Nothing too crazy about that. Just post some Pepe. Simple. Just post your goddamn Pepe. We even have a special channel entirely for VTuber quarantine. If you want to discuss VTubers, you have your own channel for it so that you don't infect the rest of the server. I know who I am. I know who they are. But yeah, besides that, I mean, Facebook sure as hell isn't any better. I think that the golden age of social media tends to be the first little bits of its life, and then when the general public gets a hold of it, it just goes downhill. Because the general public like to watch and see stupid things, and therefore, when there's money to be made, people will make it. So they make those really bad, awful. I don't like using the word cringe ironically too often. I think people use cringe a lot, and it's just kind of dumb. But I can't think of a better word for it. It actually is cringe-inducing. I remember back in the day when I was in high school, late high school, I would watch those cringe compilations on YouTube. I don't know why those things gave me life, but those things gave me life. It was just never-ending pain, and for some reason I enjoyed it. I feel like I would be a little bit too harsh, or I was a little too harsh on them at the time now, too. Looking back on it, I bet they weren't as bad as I remember it. Or they are still bad, but the new world has made it worse. You know, if I'm being totally honest, I think when it comes to content, like, because back in the day, the old cringe compilations were normally, I don't know, people flossing in like a high school, or like the Fortnite dance, not actually flossing, not good dental hygiene, or some kind of, I don't know, someone doing furry stuff in a high school. Things like that was normally the major content that was in those videos. Though I think I'd rather watch that than watch the opposite, which is guys who think they're cool on Instagram. I think that's worse. Honestly, the dudes who look like every other Beverly Hills guy, either showing off a loud car in a packed parking structure because, I don't know, somebody didn't love them growing up, or perhaps them trying to hit on someone in like those really awkward, creepy ways, or especially like those things where they stage hitting on people. It's like a staged video with them and the girl, and they look at it and they're like, oh yeah, this was good content. I don't know why, but for some reason there's a lot of that I've been getting from Russian channels, and I don't particularly know why, but I've noticed that a lot of that really cringy content of guys who think they're cool and making fake videos of them hitting on girls, and obviously it's fake because the girl's obviously in on it. I think that it's mainly Russian that I've seen. Most of the descriptions are in Russian, and I don't know why. To my Russian fans, can you explain that to me? Is there a market there, or am I just specifically getting introduced to like a very small minority that just happens to be gracing my unfortunate eyeballs? Because I noticed that when I was looking at it, I was like, this is really weird. I don't know. This was going to be talking about October and Halloween, and now it just turned into Bricky is upset with the current state of social media. I mean, which is pretty much all social media. Social media is just, I mean, we all know it's bad. We're all aware that it's bad, but it's almost a necessity at this point. If you don't have social media, you're treated as an outcast to an extent. And if you do have social media, you are subjecting yourself to horrible development issues and mental health problems. I'm at this point where I don't think this might be a little bit deep, but at this point in time, I don't really want to have kids, because if I have kids, they either have social media at a very young age, or they get ostracized, or are not considered part of the group, and at the time, if they do have the social media, then they get massive mental health problems, and they don't understand the real world, and they have development issues. Like, there are kids that do legitimately think Jake Paul is cool because they're 12 and massively, horribly, I was saying massively and horribly in a way to hopefully find the word I was looking for. Influenced. No. Easily influenced? Impressionable. That's the word I was looking for. They're extremely impressionable. Like, I'm an influencer, so to speak. I shill some products. I have my sponsors and I sell my merchandise, but I never aim it at kids. Kids don't watch my video essays and goddamn game reviews. That's not what kids watch. Kids watch Fortnite content 24/7, or Minecraft Let's Play Man, or Vlog Boy. They watch that. They do not watch gaming essays. My natural audience is between like 20 and 30. Well, I think it's actually technically like 16 to 25, but even so, it's not what the kids watch, and I'm glad for that. It's also probably a good reason why League of Legends is so far gone on my channel, because that's something that, granted, League is more of like a late high school kind of game, early college kind of game, but even so. I need a new computer. My thing is loud. I don't know why it keeps on chugging the way it does, and it makes like a ticking noise. I feel like it's a loose wire hitting a fan or something, but I don't know how to fix it. Because I tried already and it didn't work. Hope it doesn't blow up on me. That'd be really shitty. I might need a new computer. Hey, sponsorships. Hey. At that, build myself a new PC. Get a sponsorship. Get a pre-built. Get a 3080. Maybe. I my computer is running a 1080 Ti, so you know it's only working so well. But ugh. Gotta say, I'm actually I think I'm running out of things to talk about, or I'm just physically exhausted. I am really exhausted right now. I spent so much time streaming last night and talking, and I must say I'm fading a little bit right now. I might need to make this episode end quick, because my throat kind of hurts from all the talking and all, because I didn't record a video earlier, and I'm just, oh my goodness, there's my yawn. Ugh, fuck. All right, yep. This is gonna be a shorter episode of Fireside Bricky. I apologize for that, but just day in and day out, I gotta work out more so that my working here is easier. Oof. All right. Thank you for watching this Fireside Bricky. I'm sorry that it's a short one, but I'm dying. I'll see you next week. Should be a longer one, should be a better one. thank you for sticking around.